Our journey to the World Series is one step closer, but first, we have to take care of business with the second best team in the American League, not only in this series so far, but also in this year, 2027. We take on the Seattle Mariners. They won the AL West for, honestly, I want to say probably the third or fourth year in a row if you include 2024. We didn't really play them that well this season. I think they also put up the most runs against us this past season, but they are a bullet down. Logan Gilbert is out. He will be out for the rest of the year. Honestly, he had a concussion back in July, yet the Mariners happened to overcome that and have made it to the American League Championship Series. Remember, the Mariners are one of the few teams in the MLB that have not made it to the World Series, and here is their lineup. Ha-Seong Kim leading off, Julio Rodriguez, Rengifo, Hoskins, Rayleigh, Arozarena, one of the best postseason players of all time, Kyle Riley, Adolis Garcia, and Max Muncy. I think at the age of 37, continues to play a pretty good third base. First batter was out, and Will Warren is getting the game one start as Julio Rodriguez rockets one right past Volpe, though it kind of dies on the grass in left field. Jones is able to get it, but Rodriguez will end up with a one-out double. Rengifo grounders to his own defensive position that will advance Rodriguez as Rhys Hoskins comes to the dish. Not hitting all that well in the postseason, but it's a really small sample size. Grounder past Cabrera. That'll score the Mariners their first run of the game. Luke Rayleigh hits this one beyond Rosario in front of Judge. And that is another base hit as the Mariners look to get yet another run on the board here in game one. Arozarena, ground ball to second. Rosario chooses to go to first. Ben Rice will retrieve it. And one is all they will get. We jump ahead to the top of the second. Cal Riley, grounder up the middle as Lee Bunning will retrieve it. I'm a little surprised Bunning is playing center. He has the ability to play it only in terms of his reaction and fielding. Otherwise, his arm is an issue. I would rather have him in the corners, but I mean, I guess I don't want to move Judge to center again, as Ha-Seong Kim is hit with a pitch, and Rodriguez gets another opportunity to put the Mariners on the board. Hell, he might be able to blow this one wide open. 0-1 pitch, grounder, Cabrera, no tag, throw to second, back to first. Actually, we do get two by maybe two cleat spikes, if even that. Spencer Jones, liner up the middle, base hit here in the second. Spencer Jones, even though he hasn't hit very well in the regular season, the last two seasons, he has been a postseason machine. Oh, the overthrow by Ha-Seong Kim, as I guess Arozarena didn't even bother to go after it, as Hoskins will retrieve the baseball. That is an error clearly on Ha-Seong Kim. Cabrera up the middle off George Kirby's sinker. That'll score just one, tie in the ball game. One apiece here in the second inning. Lee Bunning, rocket down the right field line. Stanton might actually be able to score on this one. He is headed home. He will score. Bunning puts us on the board yet again, 2-1 here in the second. Rosario, absolutely smokes this fastball deep to left field. That is gone. Not a man known for very much power, but, you know, when you float one up there, even my grandmother at 95 is going to be able to hit that one out. That'll give us a 5-1 lead. 4 runs scored in the inning, and that is all we would get. As a sinker in there on Arozarena, man, that was just dotted, just pinpoint accuracy by Will Warren. A far cry from what he did in the last postseason appearance. Fly ball to right, and Judge is able to reach out and make the catch to end the fourth, still up 4. Jump ahead to the fifth. Ha-Seong Kim, grounder into right field. Rosario can't seem to get it. The Mariners get a base runner. Swing and a miss by Rengifo. The throw by Wells to second is not going to matter. It's actually a pass ball, according to the statisticians as well as, yeah, listen, man, you know your arm is 50-50 at times. Rengifo hits this one over Judge's head, which is, a surprise. Not known for much power, usually hitting better against lefties. Oh, man, Rosario throws it over Volpe's head, but Rengifo will not advance to third. 5-2, and Rhys Hoskins wastes no time, throws his bat down. Mariners are within one. 5-4 here in game numero uno. Ha-Seong Kim, yeah, you better dap him up, bro. You better, I don't know, pay for an after-game dinner or something, man, because he really might have saved your roast at this point. Ha-Seong Kim, one of the better defenders in the league, but I don't know how he overthrew the man at second. Raleigh will hit this one to center as Warren will get out of this one, still holding on to the Yankee lead by 1. Austin Wells batting .550, hits this fastball down the left field line. Ugh, just foul. Just foul. Can he straighten things out? He does, and he bounces the sinker up the middle for a base knock. I think he might be creeping up on 600 hitting in the postseason. That's across what? 4 or 5 games. Ben Rice will lace this one down the left field line. Wells is going to advance to second. That is all he will get, as Rice will follow behind him. Runners both in scoring position, and now the Mariners manager will look to change pitchers. And out of the pen, they are going with Colin Snyder, who has an infinite batting average, and everybody gets hits off of him. 1,000 batting righties and lefties. This is not a good look for them, as Volpe hits the sweeper deep to left field. Rosarena is going to be able to make the catch before the warning track. So that'll both slightly lower his ERA and his batting average against, at least against righties. Rosarena bounces a fastball into right field. He just might steal. I would not be shocked at this point. Not known for his speed as Cal Raleigh will swing and miss on the 89-mile-an-hour cut fastball. He jams it in there. And, of course, as I stated, he would steal. And Rosarena will be in there safe, runner in scoring position for his teammate Garcia, staring at a high fastball. A little bit of a questionable call, but I'm not the one asking for it. As Warren shuts down all those questions and sets down Max Muncy on the strikeout. 5 strong innings for Warren. Might see him in a 6th, as a matter of fact, as this sweeper is going to get sent to right field. Ozzy Cabrera nearly hits that one into the judge's chamber. Dude, that's copyright. That's gimmick infringement. I'm sure he won't mind, as the Yankees will get ever closer to yet another World Series, but it is only game number 1, and we are far away from this game being over. Up 2. Hard shot up the middle by Rengifo off the circle change. Warren kind of hung that one, if I do say so myself. Hopefully he can get out of this. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Not afraid to pump a fastball down the middle. 7-4. Ha-Seong Kim throws his hand up like, come on, man. What can we do? Rosario looks like another extra base hit down the left field line. He is going to hustle into second. The Yankees have another shot to add the insurance run. Rosario calling for some more offensive output, and the captain comes through. An absolute moonshot. 446 feet out to left field. Yankees extend that lead even further. It is 9-4. Y'all know how this goes. When we score about 10 runs in a game, I'm just like, can we save some of this for later? As Volpe says, no, why wait for later? We hot right now, baby. Now 9-4. I just took the score earlier, and you know what? Doesn't matter, because we got the victory in game 1, opening up the ALCS with a victory. Warren gets the dub. Kirby unfortunately gets slapped with the loss, but don't go anywhere, okay? The entire series is going to be in this video. Okay. Yeah, I like the offensive output. I don't like that we gave up 11 hits, but you know, it is what it is. And Rengifo starts off the Mariners in the hit column. Off a Max Fried, ground ball up the middle, past Fried, toss to Volpe. Ooh, a little bit of a web gem there by Rosario. I don't even think he looked to throw that one to Volpe. showing off a little bit there. Bryce Miller is the starter on the mound in one postseason start. 6 in the third inning, 6 strikeouts. Pretty solid numbers. As you see, speaking of numbers, Wells absolutely running up the hit column. 12 of 23, make it 13 of 24 as he keeps the hits a-coming. Judge hits this one in the left center, bounces down. And Wells is going to, actually retreat back to second. Choosing not to challenge. Julio Rodriguez is Volpe, a little bit of a whiff on the slider, though he took a sweeper out in game 1. Max Fried pumps a fastball past Tyrone Taylor, who's hitting even hotter than Wells. 750, and then Max on Max to the max sets him down. Ha-Seong Kim, not known for his power, hits this circle change deep to right center, but not quite far enough to get the Mariners on the board in the hit column. Bunning got his first postseason hit in game 1. Bounce one down in the right field, and looks like this is now his first extra base hit here in the postseason. It is good to see from him. He still has rookie eligibility for next year, I think. Sweeper absolutely misses his target as Bunning will just walk the third on a wild pitch. Now Rosario doesn't need to get a solid hit. Grounder to third. Muncy chooses to go to first. Little surprised he didn't try to throw it home. I mean, it would have been a close play. And, collisions at the plate have not been much of a thing over the last 17 years. Julio Rodriguez says home runs still are, always have, always will be. Mariners jump ahead 1-0 as, there was a former comment not too long ago from Mariner great Ken Griffey Jr. that basically told Julio Rodriguez, bro, be yourself. Hopefully he is doing that now here in the 2027 season as Max Fried punches out yet another Mariner batter. 4th strikeout in the game. Rosarena bounces this circle change down the left field line for a base hit as, a throw right on the money by Spencer Jones. Nick Allen, who, honestly, I don't even remember who he is. I think he might have been a former Cincinnati Red, gets a base hit. Sometimes it's those obscure players that come through in the postseason. Harry Ford, unfortunately, will bounce this one second to first. And through 4, it is still tied at 1 apiece. All right, both pitchers look pretty similar, to be honest with you. They either got 3 or 4 strikeouts or hits, only giving up 1 run. They may be out there for at least 6 if they keep pitching like this. Grounder up the middle by Max Muncy as he gets a little bit of revenge. As Ha-Seong Kim comes to, no he doesn't, sorry, Julio Rodriguez comes to the plate. Already hit a solo shot. Can he hit one with somebody on board? 0-2, 75th pitch. Curveball bounced just foul. Another 0-2. Sweeper hit to Cabrera, and he'll go the short way to second as Rodriguez can't come through for his Mariner offense yet again. Big G just bounces one on the ground. It remains to be seen whether Giancarlo Stanton will even come back next year, just given that this is the official last year of his contract. Well, technically 2028 would be, as that's more of a team option, but that's not in the game for some reason, as Lee Bunning bounces it for a base hit. Rosario bounces it. Kim Rengifo over to first, unable to get them both. Yankees have another shot at a run for the hot Austin Wells as he gets absolutely jammed, but is able to muscle it into right field for not only a base hit, but a run on the board. Sometimes you get lucky sometimes, and he's been good and lucky, through the first 5 games of the postseason here for the Yankees, and unfortunately the captain will ground out. As Max Fried still out there in the 6th inning. 84th pitch. Sweeper bounced right at Rice. And he will get the quality start here in the postseason. Bryce Miller, on the other hand, through 5 innings, right at Hoskins. He will also get a quality start, though his team does not have the lead. I think that's how it works. Pop up in the middle of the infield. Cabrera was going to go after him. Max Fried says, nah, brother, I got this. He is a former Gold Glover as a pitcher. As Harry Ford laces this one down the right field line. Spencer Jones, the throw to second, not quite in time. Harry Ford, despite being a catcher, actually is relatively fast. Probably the fastest catcher in baseball. maybe the team should take advantage of that. Is, oh man, another strikeout on a high heater for Max Fried. That's punch out number 5 for him, and Aaron Boone says, clap it up for him, boys. It's time to get the pen out here. And they call on Brian Abreu, who has a 66% strikeout rate. Small sample size. But do have a 1-run lead. Pitch to Muncy. Fastball hit the left field. Jones should have it under the playoff lights. And he does. The Yankees push on. I want some insurance. I'm just going to call it what it is. I don't like being up 1. Damn sure not in the postseason, as the Mariners do have a good pen. Brian Abreu going out there for yet another inning. Ground ball up the middle by Kim. Volpe gets it in the middle of the infield. Tosses it to first. Gets it there just in time on the run. I wish he did this in the real 2025 season. He has struggled his ass off. As Julio Rodriguez will strike out, staring at a high circle change. Like, that just looked like a meatball to me. Surprised he didn't take that one out. Check swing by Rengifo. And we are going to get the call. That is questionable indeed. I thought the robo-umps were going to take care of this. Who am I to complain? Sometimes they're in our favor. Sometimes they're not. It is what it is. Jump ahead to the 8th. Judge gets a hold of this high slider. Deep to right center. It is just over the wall into our bullpen. And it extends our lead just by that one more run. His 4th postseason homer of this postseason. It's called what it is. I actually think that might be the most of his career so far. I know I'm usually good on the stats. I didn't even bother looking at that one. As Rhys Hoskins comes to the dish and Cabrera goes out for essentially a 3rd inning. Maybe we're trying to save the pen for later in the series. I can understand that. So he gets the first batter out. A Rosarena, this is not a time to, mess around with a Rosarena. He ends up popping this one into the infield. Cabrera calls off Fried this time, and he makes the catch. Still not out of the woods yet. Still got to get this last out. Nick Allen already got a hit, and he floats this one to center field. And as long as Lee makes the catch, the Yankees will be up 2-0 in the American League Championship Series. That is obviously a good look for us. Not a lot of offense. Pitching came through as kind of expected from Max Fried, though. When you face a lot of teams that are very, lefty great, I don't know how to really put it at this point, you're going to run into issues. As the Phillies have won the ALCS, and they will be waiting on the winner of this series. We are up 2-0 so far. But we go to Seattle. No jet lag for us, hopefully, as we jump into game number 3. I like what I'm seeing from the Yankee offense, both offensively in game 1, pitching in game 2. Can we put it all together in game 3 and begin to, let's be honest, try to punch our ticket to a World Series? Austin Wells, another hit, another extra base hit. I've lost track as to how many hits he has thus far, but he is hitting on a level. You can't even do this in MLB The Show. Oh, wait, this is MLB The Show. I probably should have thought about that before I said that. Anyways, we don't get a run on the board, though, as Luis Gil, who's been our best pitcher, really, since about mid-August, is going to get the start here in game 3. Luis on Luis, and a cut fastball, the new pitch added to his arsenal in the offseason, sets Rengifo down, and then sets Hoskins down with a very rare high slider. As Luke Raley will hit this one into right field. One out here in the second. Rosarena hit right at Cabrera. I actually thought that might have, bounced. So I did throw it. No big deal. As Cal Riley will fly this one out to center field. And Bunny makes the catch to end the second inning. Rodriguez, liner up the middle off the circle change. As it's Luis again, and this one is going to be a low liner. Bunning makes the catch. Rodriguez has to retreat. Hoskins, swing and a miss on the slide piece. 3rd strikeout of the game so far. That is just something he has been doing, racking up the strikeouts. And, of course, Austin Wells racking up the stolen bases allowed, because it happens. And, cut fastball. Laced into left field. Jones will come up with it, but Rodriguez will score from second. Mariners are on the board first for the second time. Really the third time this series, now that I think about it. Every game this series, they've jumped out to a 1-0 lead. Just kind of got to string a little bit more runs together as Arozarena stares at the high heater and is not approving of that call. Volpe. Bouncer up the middle of Brian Wu, who is starting this game. Only giving up a single run. And runner going. Jones hits this one to right field. Oh, shit. Jones dead to right. Doubled up. As I get what we were trying to do, but, hit and runs don't always work out, especially considering in modern day baseball, everybody wants to exit velo, launch angle everything, including Spencer Jones. Aaron Judge says, I got this. I'm just going to hit this up the middle because that's about all he can really do with that pitch. Base hit. As Ben Wright, chopper up the middle, back to Wu. Wu goes to second. Second back to first. Doubled off to end the seventh as the Mariners are only 2 innings away from winning this ball game, but they're only up by 1, and the offense hasn't done a ton outside of Raley and Rodriguez. Rhys Hoskins leading off the 7, pops this one up into first base foul territory. I'm glad the first base coach got out of the way and didn't try to pull some A-Rod shit. Yeah, I don't forgive A-Rod for that. That was cheesy. And if you know, you know. Luke Raley, unfortunately, will cut at a cut fastball as Luis Heel is looking like he might go a complete game at this point. Fly ball left field, and with this catch, he will get through the 7th inning. Volpe 1-4-2 today, gets another base hit, as I'm very sure the Yankee offense is not comfortable with this 1-run lead. Big G, smokes a sinker deep to center, but not quite deep enough. Rodriguez makes the catch. Runner will have to retreat. Giancarlo just hasn't been his clutch postseason self so far. I want to say maybe age is getting to him. He will be 38, during the offseason. Again, he might be thinking about calling it quits, but we will worry about that later as Ryan Grady will come on the mound, the rookie. 2.25 ERA in the postseason, sets down Cal Riley on the cutter. Adolis Garcia swings and misses at the sinker this time. Back-to-back punch-outs. As Max Muncy, hard shot up the middle off the rookie. As the Mariners get a base runner and the go-ahead run is at the plate. Ha-Sung Kim floats this one to right field. Judge trying to run it down, makes the catch. We are out of the 8th inning, still maintaining a 1-run lead. We got Bunning, Rosario, and Wells to hopefully tack on some insurance runs.
Now pitching for the
Mariners. Right. And for some reason, the Mariners are calling out Andres Munoz. Actually, I can't even say that. They do have a 1-run lead. I completely forgot. We're down by 1 and not up by 1. As Lee Bunning smokes a slider deep to right field. It is going to bounce up against the wall. He should have 2, maybe 3. Oh, that overthrow nearly cost him another base, but he is a running in scoring position with nobody out. And pitching the dirt on the slider as Rosario lays off, and another slider misses inside. It's 3-1. As I don't know if you really want to walk Rosario for Austin Wells. He has been our best hitter all postseason, and the walk happens anyway. Can Austin Wells get us on the board? Floats a fastball to left center. And it's not going to be a run so far, but we do have Aaron Judge coming to the dish. 4 for 12 thus far in the series. 3 ribbies, 2 long balls. And, swing and a miss at the sinker down the middle. Challenge pitch. A swing and a miss at a slider. Not very disciplined of you, Captain. You've been much better than this over your career. 2-2 as a matter of fact. Fouling off a slider. It looks like he kind of pulled that one. Maybe save himself. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Not a good look from the captain. Potential MVP type swing. That is a little league swing. But, it happens from time to time even from the greats. He may still end up winning the American League MVP. We'll see at the end of the season as Ben Rice chases high heat. Why? I get that it looks like it's at your eyeballs. That doesn't mean it's a good one to swing at. 0-2. Mariners look to get the save. Ben Rice hits this one in the right field. It's going to bounce down. Lee Bunning hustles from second. He will score and tie the ball game in the late going. And the Mariners are going to pull Munoz. I would think they'd have some confidence in him to get the last out. Like, I know he gave up the run, but he's been freaking nails all season. Volpe. Ooh, check swing on a pitch that, okay, close, but no Segura. He's been damn good today. Fouls off a fastball that is right in his wheelhouse. And now 2-2. Can we take the lead? Not going to happen thus far. Spencer Jones in the on-deck circle. Honestly, Volpe, I want you to get this hit. Full count offering. Bouncer up the middle. Kim goes to Rengifo, and we'll go to the bottom of the ninth, where Julio Rodriguez will lead it off. If we can hit one out, it'll give the Mariners some hope. They may have a chance in the series. Judge almost loses this one in the sun. Or the light, sorry, not the sun. This is a night game, you idiot. And I guess Aaron Boone's going to keep Grady out there. And Rengifo, bouncer to Cabrera. Over to first. That is 2 away before we possibly see some extra innings in the postseason. Remember, there is no ghost runner, no Manfred rule in the postseason. It's mano-a-mano baseball. It's Rhys Hoskins smacks this one off of Grady's leg, and I don't know if adrenaline kicked in or maybe he has a very muted pain response. Says, he's down on one knee. Maybe he kind of mustered through it as we get some trainers out here. Grady is going to pitch through it. 3-2. Luke Raley hits this one deep to left center. Bunning is going to run it down, showing off his range. 23-year-old. As Cabrera rips this slider down the right field line. And first base runner here in the 10th. Lee Bunning hits it in about the same spot, but this one is airborne. And unfortunately, through 10, we are still tied at 1 apiece. Rosarena hits the slider into left field. That'll be the Mariners' first base runner. Grady seems to have kind of came up a little gingerly. He already got hit with a pitch earlier and then kind of maybe overcompensated. And it'll remain to be seen whether we'll see him at any point in time throughout this series. He did seem to not be able to pick his arm up, so that's not a good look. As Adolis Garcia will strike out as Jake Cousins gets back-to-back Mariners out. Can he make it 3 in a row? Ooh, sinker bounce foul from Max Muncy. Already a World Series champion as a member of the 2020 Dodgers. Yes, that World Series counts. I don't care if it was a shortened season. It's swing and a miss. Cousins sets him down and says, you won't make it back. Not if he has anything to do with it. Rosario hits the sinker. It bounces on the grass. I guess they may have misplayed that a little bit. Thought it was going to be a little bit more airborne. Austin Wells already has a double. Rare lefty-lefty matchup for him as he hits this one to right field, but it will be caught. Now it's Aaron Judge's turn. Runner at first, looking to avoid the double play. Gabe Spire. High sinker is the first pitch he sees. Yeah, lay off of that. Granted, you don't want a low sinker because you don't want to beat it in the dirt, and he takes a slider for 2-2. And then a real protection swing pops this one up in the infield grass. So Rengifo makes the catch. Now for Ben Rice, who even got us to this point of extras, hits this one into the 6th hole for a base knock. 2 clutch hits for Ben Rice. Now it's Anthony Volpe's turn. Already 2 hits. And swing and a miss at a pitch at his forehead. Come on, dog. Why are you swinging at that? Ha-Seong Kim. Here in the 11th, bounces one in the right field. Not sure how much longer this one will go, but, extra innings is extra innings. If you paid your ticket, and them postseason tickets are expensive, you were definitely getting your money's worth, even if the pitch clock is in the game and it kind of shortened things. Ground ball by Rodriguez. Rosario goes to second. Volpe, not getting Rodriguez. He's way too fast. And very well may take second. Aaron Boone is going to replace Cousins with Abreu. Lefties have yet to get a hit off of him. Not even sure if he's faced one. As Rosario, another spin throw to Volpe. Volpe back to first, and he's able to get the double play this time. Hifo disappointed in himself, and understandably so. Jones batting .296 in the postseason. I want to say he hit about .320 in last postseason. This one bounces and kicks off of Adolis Garcia's leg. That's either Garcia or Arozarena. I always get them two mixed up. They look very similar. I know that sounds fucked up. Anyways, Big G, 1-0 pitch. Oh, floats a fastball to center field. Not quite deep enough for a Big G clutch homer. So we are going to go to the bench as Waldo Cabrera doesn't hit lefties that great. Peraza hasn't hit great at all. He doesn't hit terrible. He hits atrocious thus far. 077, 0-1 pitch, hit to right field, and it is out of here. Ozzy Peraza off the bench, cold as a penguin's asshole, comes up with an absolutely clutch home run, and maybe all that we need to go up 3-0 into Game 4, but we are not out of the woodwork quite yet. And also, you know, we have a history, or at least the only team in history to have blown a 3-0 lead, but we're not out of the woodwork yet. So Brady goes back out there for the 12th and says, Hoskins says, I don't give a damn about that. Hits this to straight away center. Mariners within one with nobody out. I think we might need to replace Abreu. I don't think the 3-batter rule applies quite yet. As we're going to at least go talk to him. Hey, bro, what the fuck are you doing out there? Let's just call it what it is, bro. What are you doing out there? Do not blow this. As Abreu goes back out there, gets the first strike on Luke Raley. A base hit and a double. Those are 2 of his 3 hits in this series. Goes back inside, circle change. Raley doesn't. Knows he's out dead to rights. Now for Arozarena, the only player in postseason, the only player in MLB postseason history to have 10 home runs in a postseason run. Arozarena, swing and a miss at the slider, way out of the zone. Abreu, that is his best pitch. So I guess it makes sense to give, a batter like that something to really chase and whiff at, really get desperate to swing at. First pitch, high heater. I don't think you want to throw that up there to the big dumper, dude. And then you throw him a slider down the middle. You real confident in your stuff. Another slider inside, fouled off. 1-2. Ooh, off the outside corner is Abreu. Maybe we're going to get it together. 2-2. Pops up the slider, just foul. That was very much a protection swing. I'm a little surprised he didn't let that hit him. Chop up the middle. As the tying run will stand on first for the number 8 batter coming to the dish. Harry Ford will replace Riley at first. And we are also going to go with a new pitcher and call on Luke Weaver in this emergency save situation. Call it what it is. 3 for 3 in postseason. Save. Garcia floats this one to right field. And with this catch, we are up 3-0 in the American League Championship Series. But as stated earlier, as all Yankee fans know, as most baseball fans know at this point, Yankees are the only team in MLB history to blow a 3-0 lead in a postseason. Like all the way down to the 9th inning. Yeah. What? We're not thinking about, 24 years ago as of this recording. This is 2027. Weaver picks up a 4th save. Can we finish things out in game number 4 here in Seattle? Unfortunately, the rookie Ryan Grady will miss time bleeding into next season. And I'm going to call up Carson Coleman, who does have a very good strikeouts per 9. Also, I'm not sure if I can even add him. Can I? Okay, I can. Good. It'll be just good just to have another arm, another guy that can go multiple innings as needed. So we head to game number 4. Mariners face elimination unless, I don't know, they have like a miracle comeback. Call it what it is. All right, Carlos Rodon will get the start. He has been basically our best pitcher the entire season. 15-7, most wins. I think he had maybe the second best ERA for our team. Finished 7th in the league in ERA this season as Ahmed Rosario, leadoff batter, hits this one to left center field. Rodriguez ain't going to be able to come up with it. Yankees jump out to a very, very quick 1-0 lead. His second postseason homer. I think he might have crossed 10 homers this season for like the second time in his like 11-year career. Good for him. Ben Rice, swing and a miss though, will end the first inning. Right, Rodon is on the mound. A 3 ERA, a whip under 1, striking out 30% of batters. And I'll increase that number by striking out Ha-Seong Kim. Next batter, Rengifo, also will suffer a similar fate, and we will get through the first with the lead. Right, Mariners start up the second inning. Rhys Hoskins. He's already hit a blast in Game 3, possibly even Game 2. And unfortunately, he'll strike out in his first plate appearance. Might have only but so many left to see. Nick Allen grounds this one into right field, as a matter of fact. First Mariner base runner in the inning. Harry Ford getting the start, bounces this one over foul territory and into the corner. Runner should score from first. Whoa, Judge actually was able to get that. I'm surprised he was able to get that to a cutoff man despite that little jut in that right field corner. And that is a high curveball. What a swing. Miss. Peraza, guess being rewarded for his home run in Game 3. Unfortunately, strikeout in his first plate appearance in Game 4. Rodon sets down yet another Mariner batter. His 5th one so far. We're not even through the 3rd inning. Rodriguez smashes this one into left center. It'll bounce up against the wall. Bunning can't seem to get it. Jones will off the carom, but Rodriguez will only stand up at second. I thought he would have went to third, to be honest with you. Rengifo looks to drive him in, bounces it to Volpe. It's short over the first, and will not be able to capitalize. It's Aaron Judge. Swing and a miss. High slider coming in at about 90 miles an hour. As you can see, sliders are just becoming more and more difficult to deal with. This one bounced by a Rosarena is going to be a ground rule double. So take a look at the replay. And did it get any paint on it? Not quite. Maybe about 4 or 5 inches from the line. Nick Allen floats this one to left field. And runner will have to retreat back to second. Harry Ford with another opportunity to drive in a run. And he's not going to be able to do it either. The Yankees get out of it tied at 1 apiece through the 4th. Kirby's actually pitched better, only giving up 1 hit so far. Rodon, 5 strikeouts, though. We probably should see both of them go 6 innings at the pace that they're currently going. Jones, check swing. You gotta be kidding me, dog. You know damn well that is not a strike. That bat was not parallel in the slightest. Big G, ugh. Guess kind of makes up for the bad call in the Mariners' favor. Oh, Paul DeYoung, the veteran, hits this one to left. It is out of here. Into the bullpen at home. The Mariners take a 2-1 lead. Take a look at that one more time. 392 feet. It's Peraza. Swing and a miss. Second straight plate appearance with a strikeout. 6th punch out by Kirby in general. Rosario grounds it third to first, and the Mariners through 2/3 of this game look like they might take game number 4 and need to get to a game 5, which will also be here in Seattle. Hoskins strikes out on the heater. 7 punch outs for Carlos Rodon. A Rosarena, weak grounded or second, as a matter of fact, and they'll throw it to first. Mariners continue to hold on to a 1-run lead. The captain can't come up. Man, what are you swinging at? Back-to-back pitchers of 7 strikeouts so far. Rice. Grounder in. Mariners continue to maintain the lead.
Leading up for the Mariners.
Hasn't been a very high offensive game, but, you know, from time to time you're going to see that, especially in the postseason. You're getting teams' best starting lineups, their top 3 pitchers, maybe a 4th, and Harry Ford, grounder up the middle to Rosario, who, that is a play he normally makes, just can't come up with it at this point, as manager Aaron Boone is going to replace him with
Number 22.
the future Hall of Famer Clayton Kershaw, who has a horrible ERA, which really shouldn't be a surprise, given that his regular season ERA is half of what it is in the postseason. Again, much larger sample size, but Kershaw, one of the few pitchers in baseball history with under a 3 ERA with as many starts as he's had. What the oh my God. I hate how the game kind of glitches out. Throw to Peraza to the plate. Listen, there needs to be some kind of branch out of those animations from the errors. I had Jones coming towards the ball anyway, and the runner shouldn't have never come around like that. That was just dumb, let's be honest. Nonetheless, it plays out in our favor. Mariners still lead by 1. And maybe the Mariners are going with the 2-out save situation, as Munoz comes out for the 8th. Volpe, base knock up the middle.
That's for the Yankees, the left fielder, Spencer.
And Spencer Jones gets an opportunity, hits this fastball, and man, I gotta say, for somebody so tall, I would think he would hit for some more power. Jones just doesn't seem to be hitting with much bop. He's getting base hits, and I probably shouldn't be complaining. Slider misses its spot, and Volpe just slides in there on the outside, safe. Will now be a runner in scoring position for Big G. Hard knock on the slider up the middle. Defense playing back in the outfield means Volpe will come around the score and tie the ball game at 2 apiece. All right, and we're going to call on Joe Adell to pinch run for Giancarlo Stanton because it just makes sense to do so. High heat from to Peraza. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Does Ozzie P have another clutch homer in him? 1-2, and it swings and misses on 3 straight pitches. Unfortunately, can't come up with the same miracle magic he had last game. And bunting, weak grounder, second, tossed over to Kim, covering said spot. And through 8, we are tied at 2 apiece. Got to see how things play out. Unfortunately, Big G won't be a power threat as Ha-Seong Kim lines it right at Peraza for the first out. As it looks like Kershaw is going to face... No, he's not going to face Rodriguez, and it's probably for the best. Yeah, switch up with a right. Oh, God, did I say for the best? Because Efros has been gross, absolutely gross. Lefties are hitting 100 against it. As Rodriguez rolls over this one to Peraza, just foul. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Jake Cousins with that awkward delivery does play out in his favor despite the fact he doesn't throw that hard. And, Rengifo rolls over. I thought that one bounced fair. Guess not. Rengifo will get another opportunity. He gets this one airborne to left center, and through 8, we will continue to have a tie ball game. Rosario leading off the 9th. Low grounder kicks off with the glove of Rengifo, able to recover though for the first out. And Austin Wells surprisingly has not gotten a hit in this ball game. And I might have spoke a little too soon. Hits the slider to left field. He should end up with a single. The throw back into the infield. Not going to be anywhere near in time or on line. As the go-ahead run is standing on second as Aaron Judge, the captain, has an opportunity to get us that lead. Ooh, slider right down the yin-yang. Like, you got to smash that one into the freaking Puget Sound. I'm going to shut up because, Judge, what are we doing, bro? We're up 3-0. Thank you. Calm down. Calm down. Okay, everything ain't on you. And the pitch gets away from the catcher as, Austin Wells just walks into scoring position. I think you should probably walk Aaron Judge at this point. I wouldn't pitch to him. Turns out they will. 1-2. Grounder. Kicks off of Muncy's glove. Wells will get back to third. And because the infielder's in, no one will score, no one moves. The Mariners will now put a new pitcher on the mound. That being Matt Brash. And lefties have hit him, 333 clip in the postseason. Ben Rice also has not gotten a hit so far, despite hitting very well in the postseason himself, though not nearly as well as Wells. And sinker, hit hard, up the middle. Rengifo can't get it. Yankees take the lead here in the top of the 9th inning. That looked like a pretty routine play, though. I don't think they would have ever got the runner at third anyway. Volpe grounds out. The Yankees are 3 outs away from making it back to the World Series for the first time in 3 years. But they got to deal with the power threats of Hoskins, Arozarena, and the scrappy Nick Allen. Forced to left to do it against Luke Weaver, a guy who hasn't blown a save in the postseason at any point in time that I can think of in this series. Swing and a miss. Hoskins becomes the first victim of the 9th inning. Arozarena. Low hit into right center. Bunning calls off Judge. And he's going to get that one back in, but it'll cost him a extra base. Runner in scoring position for one of the most clutch players in postseason history, Arozarena. Now Nick Allen, I wouldn't be surprised if he would attempt to drop down a bunt, though it's a little risky with one away. Curveball, hit to right field. Judge comes up throwing to the plate, but Arozarena holds up at third. I'm a little surprised he bothered holding up. I think he could have made it. Weaver, cut fastball, going to get hit foul by Harry Ford. Does have 2 hits. None of those really matter unless he can get another one now, or at least get the run across. Swing and a miss. Weaver pumping 96 miles an hour down the middle. Not afraid to toss him. One right there. Circle change. Not a good pitch in my eyes. But I get what he was thinking, trying to induce the ground ball. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Cut fastball with a little extra, break to it, it feels. Gets the second out. Tyrone Taylor, the last chance for the Mariners, takes a cutter high. Strike number 1. He has struck out twice so far. Lined out as well. 0-1. Weakly hit to Peraza. Goes to second. The Yankees are headed back to the World Series for the first time in this series, and I've honestly lost track how many times. I think the Yankees have made the World Series 43 times in their history. We are the American League champions, and we will face the Philadelphia Phillies in the World Series. Of course, I need y'all to subscribe so that y'all can see that. As Ahmed Rosario is given the player of the game. Check us out in the next episode.